Hey,
Rob.
is it just the two of us, or are there more people joining?
Yes, I think it's just two of us.
Cool. So maybe we can just take this time to go through blockers, and hopefully it'll be a short one.
Cool. Yeah, let's look dates. Looks like we've had some good progress. So the first attempt at the live traces on production has been completed. Just added the note there. So it looks like it was fine, but there's some follow-up. So there's a couple of follow-up issues for this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't been following it closely. What's the follow-up issue, or what's the TLDR of this?
So I think the
okay, I'm reading it now. So next steps, more feedback. I see. So next step is to kind of do a slow rollout. Okay, that's good. So probably like over the next 4 weeks or so, you think?
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, they've both got 13.4 on them. So yeah, hopefully that will just go ahead nicely.
Yeah.
At what point do we, we're not like immediately blocked for those, are we? That's as we move more towards the web stuff. Is that right?
Yeah, it's not immediately blocked. We really aren't going to be blocked by that until we migrate to Web and API, which won't happen until after both Git HTTPS and Git SSH are complete. So I think if this like lines up with like the next 4 weeks, that puts us, I think we'll be in good shape.
Great. Okay, nice. That's good. Good start. Cool. And then the support for dependency proxy is closed. It's got a 13.3 milestone on it, yeah. So that's good. The remove NFS dependency for pages. I've just dropped in an update here for the Sidekick stuff. That's from what Rachel had yesterday in the SAS meeting. So it's moving.
I have a bunch of new ones that we need to add. So let's just go ahead and start adding them. So first, oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were done, but we have more to go through. So mapping services to Web API Git, that's a known.
Yes, there's a comment from yesterday. I think Jason put it on. It still doesn't look, from yesterday. It still doesn't look like it's a good idea for how that would be solved. But it's still being reviewed at least. Cool. Logging is great, and I've added on the catch-all email config stuff as well. So.
Perfect.
Oh, and then the other one that you have from today, right? The cost
like
one.
Never ending, right? So first is proxy request buffering blocker for Web API. This is something that kind of ties into mapping services, where we have no way to have specific Nginx configuration for different services. For it's all the HTTPS services are bundled together. So I think we'll need a solution for that, but it doesn't block Git HTTPS or Git SSH. So that's good.
Cool. So that's probably going to be like a 13.4. That's probably, like I guess it'll block us from late September, I'd guess, like mid to late September.
Yeah. Trying to look at what other things. Share my screen. So this is related to live traces, I guess, for Camille. Proxy requests buffering is the one we just talked about. Service desk, you have that. Incoming mail, you have it. This is the Nginx, one of the issues, but I think this is what I'm proposing for reducing the amount of cross AZ traffic. So we'll see what happens to it. I'll just add that. I don't know if this, so we can link to this one too. Oh, I hate it when we have group labels because then we have like, I'll just pick the first one. I hope that's right. Who knows, right? I'm going to add this one as a migration blocker to be on the safe side. So you saw this, like this came out of that network diagram, which shows that like we're not using a local Unix socket between Nginx and Workhorse. We're now talking over the network. Maybe this is not a big issue. I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, who do we need to, I guess for both of these, right? Like, who do we need to have help us
I think
work out?
I think whether or not, like, even if we create the sidecar, we still have this problem, unless if we use a local, like a Unix socket or something. And we just need probably, I don't know, should we get security? I'm afraid to get security involved, you know, but maybe that's what we need to do.
I think we probably should, yeah.
I think we need to understand the risks a bit better. I assume that if you get root on the web service pod, even with an unprivileged container, you can still sniff traffic. And then in that case, maybe you could see other people's traffic. But I'm not 100% sure of that. So I think like, we'll have to confirm with security.
Yeah, I think we probably should. Do you know if, assuming if they come back and say, yes, it should be encrypted, does that cause us big problems? Like, do we know how?
Oh God. I mean, like Workhorse doesn't support TLS. So outside of adding TLS support to Workhorse, which is not going to go over well, it might be using like a local socket instead. But
Right.
I think like you still have probably the same problem. Maybe we just need to like document this and move on. I don't know. I think it's a bit, you know, it's like a bit worse, I think, because Nginx and, you know, Nginx and web service are running on 2 different nodes, and we have a small number. I don't know. It seems like, I mean, we have a small number of Nginx pods that are servicing all the traffic, and then they're fanning out to these web service pods. I don't know how big of a issue. Like if you were to get root on the Nginx pod, I mean, it's kind of like you would have access to a lot of traffic then.
Okay, yeah, I think we should definitely check this one.
Yeah, I think we just need to check to see how much we're exposed and then move on. Yeah. I'm much more concerned about the cross AZ network traffic because we spent a lot of effort to reduce that, and it seems like there's a 3x multiplier by going to Kubernetes, it seems. So that's like a big issue.
Yeah, definitely. Like, how do we move that one forward? Like I can see Igor has added some comments and
yeah,
chat to Graham, but like who does this fall to? Like, is this a like infrastructure as a whole type of question? Like, or who should make a call on this?
I think for one, it's probably not going to block Canary. Well, it shouldn't block Canary. I don't see it like causing that much of a problem for that. But yeah, we need to decide whether we're okay taking on the extra cost or whether we want to. My proposal was to run Nginx as a sidecar, and that would at least keep Nginx closer to the web service pod. That means we go from 3x to 2x, which is a bit better. And
Yeah.
I don't see any way for us to reduce it much further than that.
Okay.
So yeah, let's see where this sidecar conversation, let's see how it goes.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say, like, what's the downside of running it as a sidecar?
The downside is that we already have the configuration to run the Nginx ingress controller, so you would have to keep those configurations in sync.
Okay.
It might be a bit hairy in the chart, but I don't know. Like, I see no other downside. I don't see anything like, I'm not sure why. I was looking through the charts to figure out why they decided to do it this way. I am not sure why. So I need to, I'm sure there's a good reason. I need to talk to the distribution team.
Okay, cool. All right, yeah, let's keep an eye on that one. Cool. So as it stands right now, we have the web service stuff can go to Canary, but we need to then decide on the stuff. Catch-all, we need to wait for the email config stuff, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick look at the epic because I have been linking everything to this. This is actually done. Configuration audit. What I'm doing here is I spun out the Nginx configuration audit into its separate issue, as you see here. I think we're pretty much done with this. I did make some changes out of it, which was to basically turn off all this proxy request buffering. And I think that's okay, but it's good enough for Canary for sure, and
Cool.
we'll see. I finished this, so this is done. I just need to confirm it's working. So really, we're actually like I know I keep on saying this, but we're ready to go to Canary. It's just that we had a whole bunch of little small issues yesterday and this morning that I had to work through. So I guess like to my current knowledge in this moment in time, there's nothing that prevents us from preparing the change issue and getting to Canary. But it's actually this production readiness review. I was a little hesitant to do it at first, but it actually really helped. We were able to, so we really were able to figure out some things like this Nginx stuff came out of it, this network stuff came out of it. So I think in hindsight, I think it was good that we spent a little bit of extra time to do it.
Yeah, I think it was really useful.
Like, I don't know, like, I think we'll probably I think we should probably do one for all of the major services. I think for Sidekick, it's a bit different because we're doing these incremental rollouts, but for like, you know, for Git SSH, I think we should also do this, and web and API.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, I think it felt like a big enough thing to justify like the time going into it. But yeah, I thought it was just having everything like that in one place was quite useful as well. So.
Cool. Okay, so I think that's it. Sadly, no Canary today, but it sounds like we'll be positioned to do this Monday. When is the group conversation?
It's next Wednesday. So
cool.
So I'll link the slides into to G delivery, but they'll start being shared around end of Monday. So yeah, if you get to Canary before then, I can update the slides.
I will, like at the last moment, right? No, we'll see. It's possible. But, Yeah, I was thinking like I really like this. Maybe you saw it. I really like this diagram because it shows the green for migrating HTTPS. First, it gives you a big picture of the cluster and everything we have running in it. And the things that are colored green are the new things for Git HTTPS, as well as the new dependencies outside of the cluster for Git HTTPS. So the ones highlighted in blue are things that exist in virtual machines, but new things that we depend on. For example, we depend on the console cluster now. We depend on the replicas, which is new. And we now depend on like the load balancer, the HA proxy for these backends. So I don't know, we could possibly incorporate that into the group conversation slide, or at least point to the readiness doc.
Nice.
I
mean,
think it's
I
quite
wonder
nice
if it should be on the handbook. You know, the kind of cluster overview you did.
So unfortunately, you know, my love affair with Plant2ML is sort of like ends at the handbook because we don't support it there. You would have to add. I could save it as an image, and then like this is basically just an image, right? But I could, yeah, it would be nice if we had Plant2ML diagrams in the handbook. I'd have to see about adding that.
Yeah, I think that's great.
It would be cool though, yeah. But anyway, a diagram like this would be nice. I have something similar in the handbook, but doesn't go into this level of detail. Although this is very specific to the HTTPS Git migration, but it's just nice to see like what we're adding.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'll see if I can fit that in. Yeah, it's nice. Cool. So in terms of pushing blockers and things through, I'll leave you to do the sidecar NGX stuff. And what else do we need to be pushing on? A lot of this stuff's just moving itself, which is great. Oh, I suppose it's this unencrypted stuff.
Yeah. Do you want to try talking to security about that, or
sure.
at least bring it up to them, and I can be part of the conversation as well. Maybe we should talk to distribution first, and get their feedback, and then we can move to security if they can confirm what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Cool. Okay. Cool.
So is the release? Well, I guess we're done with the demo, right? Is there anything else?
Probably done. Yeah, I think that's probably everything from my side.
Cool.
Excellent.